biggest animal news of the year! Hey everybody, I'm Animal Boy and welcome to Amazing Animal News, the show that brings you happy news about animals! This may be the biggest news story we have ever covered here, so I want y'all to grab your blankets, some pillows, popcorn, maybe even the closest marsupial to you. There, Numbet, and get ready for an epic tale of even epicer proportions. The year is 1980. Field biologist Hans Narding is currently sleeping in his tent after a long day of surveying the Tasmanian wildlife. Wildlife surveying, by the way? Definitely top 3 animal jobs. It's so cool! You just go out into nature and you look and you count the animals that you see. Let's see here. That's, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, oh, and a raccoon with a paintbrush, yep. That'll do it. One spectaculous morning. Spectaculous? I tried saying spectacular, and then I tried saying fabulous, and it came out as spectaculous. You know what? I'm going with it. One spectaculous morning, Narding heard some strange sounds coming from the outside of his tent. He quickly peeked through, and 7 meters away was the holy grail of mammalian species. It looked like a dog, except it had stripes, a pointy tail, a pouch, and hopped like a kangaroo. It was a thylacine, an animal which had supposedly been extinct since the 1940s. The thylacine was the largest carnivorous marsupial to survive into modern times. They got about the size of a Labrador retriever and used to be found all over the island of Tasmania. Keyword is used to. Since about 200 years ago, invasive species came to the island. Oh, sorry, I misread that. About 200 years ago, European colonizers came to the island. They saw the thylacine as something wolf-like, something that threatened their livestock, even though historically, thylacines have a terrible bite force. Granted, it's a problem evolutionary speaking, but here it should have served them well. They were innocent, I say! Innocent! The Tasmanian government renamed the thylacine to be called the Tasmanian tiger and put a bounty on their heads. Over the next 100 years, thousands upon thousands of thylacine were killed, with the last one dying in a zoo in 1936. Ever since its extinction, the thylacine has become the Bigfoot of recently extinct animals. People have sworn by their life to seeing one, and Hans Narding was one of the lucky few who actually did. Except he didn't tell anybody. How? If I see a pigeon, I take that to like everyone I know. Who has this kind of self-control? He had good reason for keeping it a secret, though. He was worried that if this news got out about him seeing a thylacine, he would be labeled as a whack job, a cuckoo head, a boing boing doing doing ding 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 a wooga ding ding. He didn't want to be labeled as one of those. His scientific reputation would be ruined. So I can kind of see where he's coming from now. He waited over a year until finally telling someone else about this sighting. Good friend and fellow biologist Nick Mooney. Together, the two spent over 30 years looking for thylacines in Tasmania. And found nothing! That must be pretty disheartening to look for something for 30 years and find nothing? You know what? Maybe the real thylacines were the friends we made along the way. After having enough of Tasmania, the team decided to expand their search range to also include mainland Australia. Even though thylacines survived on Tasmania longer, they still did also used to live on mainland Australia, roughly 5,000 years ago. But then the Aboriginal people arrived with dingoes, and these dingoes outcompeted the Thylacine in nearly everything. I mean, they got better grades, they were better at basketball. Heck, they even took Sydney Rue to the prom, even though Tommy the Thylacine was her best friend and wrote her the super special song, but no! She had to go with a mammal that could produce fully developed offspring! The important thing is that Thylacines did used to live in Australia 5,000 years ago. After searching in the Australian jungles for a few years, the team was still Thylacine-less. Was all hope lost? Was the Thylacine truly dead on this foolish date? Well, not exactly. Even though they did used to live in Australia, and they didn't find any, there was another place where Thylacines used to live 5,000 years ago. An island just north of Australia. The tropical island of New Guinea. In 2021, Narding and Mooney were contacted by famous mountaineer April Day. When hiking the mountains of West Papua, she asked her tour guides, who were natives to the region, of what was the rarest animal they had seen was. They described an animal they had only seen a handful of times. It looked like a dog, except it had stripes like a tiger, a tail like a rat, and hopped like a kangaroo. This animal could only be one thing. It was a thylacine. It surely had to be a thylacine. After the expedition, they contacted Mooney and Narding about this, who I can only assume were jumping up with pure childlike joy. They quickly traveled to the isolated villages of West Papua to investigate. The team decided to put together a little experiment to verify these sightings. They brought with them 9 black and white photos of different animals. Some of these animals were native to the region, like crocodiles and tree kangaroos. Some looked like native animals, but weren't found in New Guinea, like American alligators and western great kangaroos. But the one animal on this list they were most focused on was the thylacine photo. After going to these villages and asking the natives, "Hello, my friends, have you seen any of these animals by any chance?" The natives not only picked out the animals that were found in New Guinea, proving their reliability, but 7 people picked out the thylacine as well! The discovery, it was so close, they could almost taste it. Nyam. That tastes like wet dog. Narding and Mooney proceeded to set up, I kid you not, 31 trail cameras! A trail camera is a motion-activated camera. So, when something walks in front of it, the camera snaps a quick picture. It is often used to study wildlife and has led to the rediscovery of many different species, including Attenborough's echidna and the Zanzibarian leopard. I've even set up a few trail cameras myself. I even got this cool picture of a black bear once. But setting up 31 just seems a bit excessive, at least to me. I guess 31 trail cameras paid off, because after 3 years of checking these cameras, they caught a thylacine! Look at that! Look at that! Look at it! I see it with my eyes. Do you see it with yours? It lives! It lives! It lives! This news is currently spreading like wildfire. I should know. I too am a part of this fire. I learned about this not 2 hours ago. I'm currently filming this video and will be pulling an all-nighter to get it up to you beautiful people tomorrow. Which I believe is the first. We now go over to Tazzen, who I bet is super excited about this news as well!
Sorry, man. Can't do this anymore. I'm leaving Puppetaria.
What? You can't leave?
Yeah, you're the only one who can cook. Space Penguin needs his poutine.
And he's our friend.
Nah, man, I can't stay here. Since thylacines are back, Tasmanian devils are no longer the largest living carnivorous marsupial. I have nothing to offer you anymore.
Of course you have stuff to offer us.
Really? Like what?
Well, for one, you're the world's best cameraman.
You help time fly.
You can talk to ants. That's super neat.
You also write decent songs.
And out of all of the marsupials I know, you are by far the most fun to go to the zoo with.
I didn't know you guys thought of me like that. You know what? I think I will stay.
Yay!
Yeah, all right, cool.
Group hug. Oh, have to do the show.
It's a little awkward.
And here I thought the thylacine being rediscovered would be the best news of the day. I was clearly mistaken. The thylacine theoretically could have been rediscovered way sooner if Narding came out about his findings right away. But he was too scared of being ridiculed. That is why I am here to make a public service announcement. End judgmental science! I'm not saying believe Bigfoot and Elvis are the same person. I'm saying that if there's a highly credible scientific witness who has seen something unordinary, don't immediately dismiss it. I mean, Narding eventually came out about his findings, but imagine all the scientists who were too scared to. Scientists who could have changed our entire perspective on the natural world. After all, no great discovery comes without an open mind. Have a good day, and remember, I can't do this anymore. Sorry, folks. 3, 2, 1, April Fools! This is an April Fool's joke. This entire video has been an April Fool's joke. I can't believe I held that together. I am sorry if I got anyone's hopes up. The Thylacine has not been rediscovered. It is still extinct to my knowledge. I photoshopped this image. I am sorry, y'all. I am sorry, but I do a new show here. We had to do something for April Fools. So yeah, but I hope you learned something about Thylacines. See ya! And sorry. Very sorry.